Well, hi everybody. I'm just trying to start up something here, like a little hangout, maybe working hangout, or just sitting around talking about life and general, and maybe a little bit this and that. Maybe get some more subs and put some content out and stuff like that. Come and join. I'll put the link in the chat here, and maybe y'all like to come and join or something like that. Show some love or something, just say stop in and say hey to me, come on in. You're all welcome. Leave me a message if the link wasn't working. I'm just trying to I don't know, I'm a big feller, I guess. I mean, I try and invite a couple people. Maybe I put in too late or something like that. Everybody in bed, so dumbass me. uh yep. Let's anybody in the chat here? Let me see here. Ah, heck. Well, maybe I can show something here. Let me see what I got here. Maybe I can show something while I wait and see anybody come in the room or anything here. Big fail, I guess. Let me see. I can. Oh, hey!
What's up, buddy?
All right, how you been?
All right, man. How are you?
All right. What most of the time you sell? What you usually sell most of it?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, I just wondering. Where you from,
Yeah,
bud?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. I'm Kentucky.
I'm from Tennessee, but I moved here 2 years ago.
I know. Yeah, you didn't sound like Oklahoma. I thought you were around
No,
about the southern part. What part of Tennessee you from, bud?
um,
If
it's
you don't mind.
between Nashville and Chattanooga,
Okay,
um,
yeah.
Murfreesboro.
Okay. I I'm
So
I'm in like a northern Kentucky, around about 30 miles from Cincinnati, and about 30 miles from Lexington, Kentucky. I'm right in the middle. I'm the town had the Noah's Ark.
right,
Yeah, I'm in that town there here.
yeah, I've been to Kentucky a bunch because I've driven trucks since I was 21, and we used to drive out of Nashville when I worked for Conway. So I went to Kentucky a lot, mainly Bowling Green, but I went to Louisville. I went to um, Northern Kentucky. I don't remember where, but most of the time it was Bowling Green and Louisville. So,
Yeah.
but
You know,
no, man, I just happened to check Facebook before I was getting ready to go to bed, and I saw it, and I figured I'd pop on for a minute and see what was up.
nah, I just trying to start something here. You know, a lot of people work that late night and stuff like that, and they maybe want to hear something in the background, or cause come on.
Right,
I'm a kind of
right.
I'm kind of a late bird person, and I have a hard time getting to sleep back and forth.
Wait, what are you talking about, Lady Bird? You're always up early. You're beating me to the morning show.
Yeah, but half the time I didn't even went to bed yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I take care of my dad and stuff. He's a late person too, and so we kind of this and that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I tried to. I need to go to bed earlier. My wife would like me to go to bed with her, but I'm never tired. I'm a night owl.
Yeah, see that
Well,
I am.
I mean, I don't know. I don't work anymore. I found out I had to have brain surgery last September, and I don't know if you can tell or not. I'm sure you can, but that's why my speech is slow. But I had a brain tumor. I found out I had a brain tumor I didn't know anything about, and I fell out at work and walked into my truck in the morning, and turns out it was a brain tumor. And anyways, fast forward, I went through four surgeons before I found one that was quote comfortable in doing surgery, and so I had it September 5th of last year, and I haven't worked since June of last year, and I'm just trying to do something, man, to keep some, or not just keep my mind busy, because a few months ago I got way down and depressed,
Yes, yes.
and it sucks, bro. I mean, I watched. I'm not trying to get nosy, but I watched your video where you're telling about yourself, and you were born with cerebral palsy, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. So I mean, you've been your whole life with with disability. So I mean, it sucks.
Yep.
And me, I haven't. Like I mean, I've always been on the go. I've always, I've been driving a truck since I was 21, and I'm 31 now. I quit driving it. Well, I didn't quit, but I got put on medical leave last year when I was 30, and but pretty much the whole time I've worked for bigger companies, and I've worked 60, 50 to, well, really 50 to 70 hours the whole time driving the truck, um, because I'm afraid it's busy. And so now, though, not being able to work, dude, I just got way down and depressed, and I just feel worthless, and
And,
it's hard because I went from making when I stopped working last year, I was making $29 and some change an hour,
mm,
and I wasn't even topped out yet on my pay scale. I still had another year, which I'll be topped out now. But also, since I've been out, the whole company across the whole uh, U.S. has gotten a pay raise. So now top out pay is like 31 some change. And so I'd be making that right now if I could still work.
yeah.
But I mean, I'm here, so I'm blessed
You
for that.
you can't pass your physical for your CDLs anymore, can you?
But well, it's that and mainly my vision. Um, because from the surgery, um, I have what they call. Everybody thinks I'm saying nystagmus. I mean, I'm sorry. Everybody thinks I'm saying stigmatism. That's not what it is. That's everybody has stigmatism.
I know what you're talking about.
But what I have is called nystagmus, and nystagmus is an eye disease where basically you can't see in the camera because the glare, but my eyes, whenever I'm looking at something, my eyes are constantly bouncing up and down or bouncing side to side. So whenever I'm trying to look at something, it's never completely still. It's always either
Moving
doing,
around.
yeah, it's all either always bouncing up and down or bouncing side to side. And some days that's worse than others, and some days, like, bro, some days I don't feel like doing shit. Like, I
I
mean,
understand that.
I can't. I mean, and it brings me down because I hate not being able to function or to be able to just get up and do anymore, and it sucks. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm alive, and I could have woke up, you know, paralyzed
Yep.
or worse. But I mean, when I did wake up, I couldn't talk and I couldn't walk, and I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face, and I was in the hospital for a month, and um after surgery, I was in inpatient rehab in the hospital for a month, and then I had therapy when I come home, 4 days a week, and from September to about March, I was walking with a walker. I had to relearn to walk. I mean, if that was,
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't even. It was like 3 days after surgery. And I'm not meaning to give you my whole life story. It just
No,
kind of
no,
got
I like to hear. I mean, I like to hear because I can relate with you because I went through all these challenges when I was a kid.
right. And like it was 3 days after surgery before they tried to get me up out of bed, and of course there was two of them, and they just had me sit on the edge of the bed and then get up, or try to get up, and then I had the walker in front of me, and then them two on both sides of me, and they were like, "Okay, try to take a step." And this is before any therapy or anything, and uh, it was like you don't think about it normally. You don't think you're actually telling yourself to step. You just
Yeah,
walk. But I was standing there holding on to the walker, and I could not move. Like it was scared the shit out of me. Like I mean, pardon my language, but I
yo,
couldn't walk.
I'm a foul mouth sometimes.
I, I couldn't move. I couldn't move, and it scared me. And and I just got like I just broke down. I got like super emotional because I couldn't even step. I couldn't pick my leg up.
Damn.
And anyway, so they waited like 2 more days, and then a therapist come in, and we done it again. And within those 2 days, they had a therapist coming in there, and we were just doing stuff from the bed, like just trying to move my toes and move my, like
Yes,
small movements.
yes, I know what you're saying.
And I did that several times a day. And then, like 2 days later, 2 or 3 days, they come in and try to get me up again. And I still couldn't. I was standing there, and I couldn't pick my foot up at all off the ground. I couldn't even pick it up. So, but I was able to like shuffle my feet, like
Yeah, I
scoot,
used to walk that way when I was a kid. I
and
couldn't pick my feet up. I had to, shuffle
right,
myself.
right, and that's what I had. That's where it started. I mean, and fast forward, a year and a month, I'm walking with a cane. So I mean, I'm obviously
Lucky,
good. What?
I say lucky you can walk and not in a wheelchair right now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I mean, I ain't saying, I mean, that the upside to, you say you had a
Right.
stroke, right?
No, I had a brain tumor.
A brain tumor, yeah. It probably, what was it on your left side or your right side?
It was in the middle. It was pressing against my cerebellum,
Oh, okay. Okay. So
and
certain sides around a certain size of your brain is around your physical and emotion ability.
well, evidently the cerebellum controls a little bit of everything,
Yep.
and that's why I have permanent problems with my speech,
Yes.
my vision now, and my balance and coordination. Like if you even with my cane, Stephen, if I was going to try to walk, like say we parked and we're walking to a store or something, if I had to walk more than about 10 steps, I would look drunk, even with my cane. I just kind of stumble. I mean, I don't really stumble like I'm going to fall, but I can't walk in a straight line.
Yeah.
I'll take a couple steps and I'll start kind of drift, and I just lose my balance.
You,
So I
you still
use,
drive any, or you don't feel comfortable to, or they take your license?
luckily, they took my CDL,
Yeah.
but they didn't take my license, uh, because supposedly the eye specialist said I still pass the vision test. I mean, because the clarity is there. Like I can make out letters and stuff. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. It just depends on how bad my eyes are moving, you know. So whenever I'm trying to focus on something, you know, but the clarity's there. It's just the bounciness, and but it sucks because, dude, I used to burn up the roads,
Yeah.
and I was always on the go. I can't sit still. I mean, I can't. I've never been one to stay home or whatever. And but now I'm. They haven't told me I can't drive, but I've limited myself to. I live in a pretty small town,
Yeah.
um, but it's like I can turn out of my subdivision on a road and go like 15 minutes straight and be in a bigger town. Well, it's not really a bigger town. It just has a Walmart and a bunch of other stuff,
Yeah. Just a normal little small town. Yeah.
right? And then I can go about mm, 10 minutes more and be in a a lot bigger town. I'm still not a big city, but in a bigger town with a mall and stuff like that. I don't drive that far. I pretty much limit myself to a 5 mile radius. I mean, I don't measure it out, but from everywhere I go, it's within 5 miles. I don't really venture far out from that because one, I made a mistake and tried to get on the highway, and that was a big mistake because as soon as I got with all the cars moving, it just threw my vision way off, and I actually had to end up turning my hazards on and crossing over into a construction zone and riding it to the next exit and getting off. And so I can't drive the highway. I can't drive in like heavy traffic or a lot of traffic. I can't do that. It messes with my eyes, and I have a problem with my depth perception now. I can't always tell.
The distance.
Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. It's all like really, dude. It's day to day. Like one day I may have an okay day where it's not as bad, and then some mornings when I wake up right away, it's total shit. And then I know if it's bad when I first wake up, excuse me, if it's bad when first wake up, I know it's going to be a shit day. But a lot of times when I first wake up, it's not that bad. At least not my vision. Normally, what's the worst usually when I wake up is my balance. When I go to get out of the bed and I can't just get up, it takes me a minute and I have to sit on the edge of the bed. And then when I stand up and I'm kind of shaky, I know it's going to be a shit day. But then there are times that I can just get up easy. So I mean, and me and my therapist and doctors have talked and and tried different things, and we can't put our hands on it or figure out what dictates it being good or bad. You know what I mean? Like with my eyes, with the bouncy, with my eyes being more active. I've tried just to see if it makes it worse. I've tried to drink an energy drink.
My dad went through 2 years ago. We've been going through a detached retina surgery. My dad had a detached retina surgery, and oh god, that was a mess. I tell you that.
But I try to drink an energy drink to see because you would think that the caffeine would make them worse.
How about CD Real?
um, I was on it. I
Mhm.
started it back in like May, and because I got on some Facebook pages for nystagmus, people with nystagmus, and 90% of people with nystagmus have what they call congenital nystagmus, which means they're born with it.
Yeah.
You know, and then I have acquired nystagmus, and people that acquire it can get it from traumatic brain injuries, brain tumors, severe strokes. Um, those are the main three ways to get acquired nystagmus. But anyways, I found some pages on Facebook for nystagmus
Cool.
and and started asking some questions, and I've only ran into three people that have acquired nystagmus. Everybody else has congenital, at least on those two pages or groups. And I asked, I said, does CBD or medical marijuana or anything help with the eye movements? Because back then my eye movements were a lot worse. I mean, now it's kind of roller coaster.
Your muscles getting stronger back in your eye, I believe. Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, they said I would improve um pretty much for the first something is moving behind me. But anyways,
Well, mhm.
I'm a year out now, so the all the doctors and therapists and everyone have told me that I'm pretty much how I'm gonna be because the way the brain heals, like making the new pathways and stuff, I never realized because you don't. I mean, most people
Right,
don't
right.
think until you have
Don't give up,
something
man.
like
Don't give
the
up.
the brain controls so much. I
Yeah.
mean, and it's like it's ridiculous. But they told me that I'm pretty much how I'm gonna be, but I don't want to. I don't want to listen to that. So I'm still trying to improve. I do
Yeah,
therapy,
don't listen to you, doc. Just believe in yourself
right?
because
And
you get any like disability. I mean, being kind of I mean, I don't get none, but because you don't get nothing with it. You know what I mean? Our age, you wouldn't get nothing, Holly. Yeah, I mean, with your wages, you probably get quite a bit. You would.
well, I just got approved
Did he?
disability. I got put on Social Security,
Okay.
which sucks because I don't want to be. I'm 31 and I don't want to be labeled disabled.
See,
You know.
that's how I am. I never want to be called disabled or handicapped. Sometimes
Yeah.
because that I look at myself. I'm not handicapped. I call handicap. You can't do nothing. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. So, but I mean, my wife said, "Well, you didn't ask for a brain tumor." So, I mean,
Yeah.
well,
No, you
like,
didn't. No,
duh.
you didn't. No, you didn't.
But
But
still, she's like, you're just being prideful. I just, she said that. Of course, I mean, I guess it is. I'm a man. I want.
You want to make yourself feel useful. You know what I mean?
I want to feel like I'm providing for my family, which we don't have kids yet. That's another story, but
But yeah,
it,
I don't know with that situation. You might. I don't know. I mean, I ain't being dirty or nothing, but I'm saying that with your health problems you have, and I don't know.
well, no, I mean none of the brain stuff is
No,
red.
no,
It's not hereditary.
no, because that happened. I have a neighbor behind me. He passed away just about a couple of weeks ago, and he's sitting at a table, 46 years old. He had some kind of heart disease that was hereditary, and one day he's sitting at the table, and all at once his head dropped, and yep,
Wow.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he's saying he had a heart condition. He was on the waiting list for a heart transplant, but he was a truck driver himself. He was.
Right. See, I didn't drive over the road or anything. I drove local and done pickup and deliveries like in big cities.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like I just drove a truck. I had to load and unload all my freight by hand.
See that hard a hard to do sit down when you used to be a person do physical labor and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's because I used to work in that, like I said in the video, I used to work in a garden center and loading up trucks, done loading trucks with forklifts and loading up customers and everything. I really acted when I start reselling online here and stuff. I don't feel like I'm actually even doing nothing. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, but
Right.
you know,
Right.
when you used to going outside and doing work and stuff like that, I mean, I still go outside and do some yard work and stuff, but I mean, day to day working every day and stuff. It seemed like you don't. Right
Right.
now, I can't get a job because I taking care of my dad and stuff, and I lost my mom 3 years ago, and I didn't
Right.
want to. And Dad, I believe if I wasn't with him, he would just waste away and stay in bed if I don't keep him going all the time. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know what you mean. How old's your dad?
69. Well, he'd be 68 or 69. I think he's gonna be 60. He's be 69 in March.
How old are you?
Well, I'll be 41 next month.
But so we're anyway. I'll get off subject. I'll tell you my whole life story if you let me, if you listen. But no, where all do you source?
Oh, I saw mostly auctions. Like
Online or state auctions or
more like a consignment auction where people bring their stuff in and sell it.
yeah.
I,
I used to have, dude. We had one back home. No, I say home. I mean Tennessee because I've been here 2 years and my wife is from here. She moved to Tennessee for me because I had my own house and I had a better job and everything. And then all her family and friends are here, and but we she got there a year past, so we got pregnant, and then we lost the baby, and it was our first. I don't have any kids, and neither does she. So it was, and we weren't married at the time, which we're married now, but um, we we didn't have any kids, or we don't have any kids, and we're trying. But we had a saying before when we were dating, we were either gonna have kids or get sports cars. And then whenever we were out in town or somewhere and the kid was pitching a fit and acting up, we would just look at each other and say and smile and say sports cars.
well,
But
it's funner to make them, right?
yeah, right. But then like after especially a lot with the woman, I guess. But after her getting pregnant and carrying it for a little bit, now it's something that she feels like she needs as a woman. So we've been trying for 3 years with no luck, and they can't find anything. We've been through doctors, before the tumor stuff, and then we started again a few months ago. But we stopped there for a year. But they can't find anything wrong with her. They can't find anything wrong with me, and so it's And at first we thought that maybe we lost the baby because, or God, I don't know if you're religious. I'm not super
Uh,
religious. I'm
yeah,
not super religious, but I do believe in God,
yeah, me too.
but we thought maybe we there was a different plan. Like he knew all the brain tumor stuff was there and
Yeah,
working, and
maybe don't
all
want to
that.
put too much on your plate too. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and he knew all that was coming. So then we were like, okay, well, he knew that was going to happen. That was in the works. So it was just bad timing or the wrong timing. He knew we wouldn't be able to handle, or we wouldn't be able to have a brand new baby and go through me being a vegetable, so to speak. I mean, I couldn't do it,
Yeah,
and my wife didn't work before because I made plenty of money for both of us, and that's just kind of how I grew up. Like, I mean, she wanted to work, and that's fine, but I told her she didn't have to, because I mean, I, way I was brought up, the man brought all the money in, or I mean, but
I understand that.
anyways, I mean, she didn't have to work before because I made between 3,500 and 4,000 a month.
And you put in that middle class to me, I mean, if like you used to live in Tennessee, I don't know what the cost of living was in Tennessee, but in Kentucky, cost of living, you can live off about $2,500 a month in Kentucky. I mean, in certain parts of Kentucky, if you don't have a big old home or don't try to live up to the Joneses, you know what the old saying.
Right, right. It's definitely cheaper here in Oklahoma, here where we're at in Oklahoma, as far as the housing or houses, because my house in Tennessee, it was built the same year I was born, which was 88. But in 2012, the year I bought it, or just prior before I bought it, it had been completely redone, like stripped down to the framing and redone everything. So it was basically a brand new house. The only thing that was still original was the foundation. I mean, it looked like the neighbors. I talked to them before I bought it. They said it looked like new construction. But anyways, it was only a 1,300 square foot house. Just a regular. I
Yeah,
mean,
just a regular little
you know,
house. Yeah,
yep. And being that it was built in '88, they were more like, just, I can't use the camera. There were more, back then they were built square.
yeah. It
You
was
know,
our home like.
they weren't built like stretched out. But anyways, 1,300 square foot. I lived in it. I bought it in 2012 for $112,000 is what I paid for it, and it was just me, like, 'cause I was single. I mean, I had a girlfriend at the time, but $112,000. My house payment was like, I don't know, like 850 a month, which I don't know about in Kentucky, but even in Tennessee or even here in Oklahoma, you can't get a decent apartment for less than, like, but because before we bought this house, which was when I was still working, of course, um, when we first moved here, we were staying with family until we got an apartment, because the apartment we thought we had, they rented it out from under us, and so we had to stay with family short term until we found a rental, before, and then we bought this. But I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, I'm kind of picky. I'm not staying in a shithole.
No,
I'm not
no,
staying
no,
somewhere
no,
it's got
no.
bugs.
Uh-uh.
I'm not staying somewhere it's got bugs, or I'm not
No,
staying in the ghetto or nothing like that. I mean, I'm not too good, but I'm not going to if I can keep from it.
no, no.
And but I mean, even a one bedroom apartment is like here a one bedroom apartment is like 650, and then you still have your utilities and all that. But back home, the housing market is totally different. You can't get and you can't. They don't even make one bedrooms now. Everything's two bedroom, but apartment back home for a nice, and I wasn't even looking for super nice. I just wanted something clean, and they kept up the property and all that. I didn't want and but anyways, back home, my I was talking to my mom the other day, and um she's looking because she lives on assistance. She gets Section 8, and she's been disabled for several years since she had my sister. Um, I was 12 when she had my sister, and when my sister turned well, after she had my sister, her health just started going down. But anyways, she gets assistance and she's got to move. Well, um, she's been looking at apartments, and the cheapest, decent, not fancy, just not shit all, but just the cheapest decent apartment back home is like 800 a month for a two bedroom.
Wow. I we had a rental property, a single wide trailer with 3 bedroom, and yeah, it's 3 bedroom. We rent it out for $400 a month.
Well, we'll see. Like here, when we first moved here, we rented for about 6 months, and my rent on a two bedroom townhouse. So it was,
Yeah,
upstairs,
I know what a townhouse is. Yeah.
two bedroom. It was 950 for a two bedroom,
Oh
and
goodness.
yeah, but when I bought this house, of course I was still working, so my credit was better and everything.
Yeah.
Which thank God.
Yeah, that's the main thing because that the tenant living in our place, what is he had bad credit and he couldn't get no loans and nothing, buy his own place. I think he actually lost his home one time. He got bad on his luck. Knock on some wood here. He always had the rent due, maybe like a week late or something like that. Cause he get paid every 2 weeks. You know how that go, and you
Yeah,
know how the check fall. But he take care of the place and keep them. I said whatever you want, you use on our because we have about 31 acres on that farm. I said whatever you want to use, you keep it mowed, you can use it. If you don't, you know what I mean, don't use it.
right. So it's good to have a good runner,
Yeah,
somebody that's gonna keep up, and
yeah.
somebody you can depend on. That's
We
not
had
gonna
we had a
track.
bad one. We had a bad one before him and tore up the place. We ended up getting him about 6 months. We're in. He kind of like doing that kind of stuff and redid the place. Put put some floors in it and stuff like that. Where the guy damaged it. And, after wear and tear and stuff. And I said, yeah, I give him 6 months worth of rent. He did it all. He did, and I mean, that worth it to me because he needed a place. He was living in the city and stuff, and he didn't want to. He want to move out more to the country, and stuff like
Right,
that. Them funny people, I tell you. He came out there when he first ran. He said, look, honey, his wife, look, honey, there's some cows." I said, I said, yeah, that's numerous cows, but yeah, I mean, he's a good guy. I appreciate him. Every time I talk, I say, thank you. Keep up the place, and being honest. Other day he had a water leak, and he said, "I fixed your water leak." I said, "Well, let me knock you something off the rent here, and I'll give you money back." "Oh, I know one." I said, "Here." I said, "How much was it per?" "Ah, $10." I said, "Here, $20 for your time, and thank you for doing that."
right,
But
right,
I feel bad because when something go wrong, and so I just let me know and see what if you can do it. Yeah, go ahead and do it. If something I can do, my dad can do. Well, my dad kind of he can do it, but he's slow anymore.
Right.
But I told him, let me know. We can work out. Knock some all the rent and stuff. I mean, that only right.
Right. But my house payment here, I squirreled and get off topic, but
I thought
basically
I'm
we
all
were talking the housing market here is way different. Like my house that I'm in now was built in 2015. It's bigger than my one in Tennessee. It's newer, it's nicer, and I paid for this one. I paid 138. One no, I'm sorry. We paid 135 um for the house, and it was 4 years old. Um, or no, I'm sorry, it was 3 years old. And when we bought it, well, my house in Tennessee, I sold it before we moved here. Of course, when I moved in 2012, no, I said I paid 112,000 for it. In 5 years that I lived there, I sold it. It went about value changed. When the realtor told me what I could sell it for, I was like, "You're crazy. There's no way."
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "You're crazy." I figured maybe because I kind of knew the market, or I thought I did. I figured maybe 150, and he told me I could sell it for 175. And I'm like, "No way." And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, this house is a small starter house." And he was like, "Yes, that's what
People
the
live here
area."
nowadays.
Yeah, he said that's what the area needs. He's like, all these big house or bigger houses. People aren't looking for. You got new families starting looking for smaller places. He's like, so the market can't keep up. So therefore, the smaller places are going for more. Well, anyways, needless to say, he listed it in 2 days. I had three showings, and then within 5 days, I had a contract for 100. And it was weird. He listed it for 175, and he said in a couple. He said he would be surprised if we didn't have an offer in 2 days. Well, 2 days passed, no offers, and then so he lowered the price from 175 to 169. Well, then we had three showings. Three people want to see it. Well, I guess long story short, those two of those people got in a bidding war, and basically, it was listed for 175, but it actually sold for 185. And so I bought my house here though, like I said, newer, nicer, bigger for 138, and mine there sold for 185. But by the time I paid off the house and all that, because I only lived there 5 years, by the time I paid the house off and everything, I had like 38,000. We put 30 down on this one when we bought it. So our mortgage wasn't as high. So, but anyways, curious, how's your camera set up? What do you like? Like, how are you getting this view? Because it's a side view. So
Well, I'll tell you what I done. I I have a laptop stand here. The ones that just up and down here.
yeah,
In this one half, I have my Dymo on it. Okay, and
right.
another half, I just put the camera on that little part there for now. I got nowhere to put my camera. You know what I mean? And
Oh, so it's just a what? Okay, so you don't have like double monitors or nothing. It's just your webcam.
my webcam on my laptop went bad, and I got this. I'm talking about my.
Right, right,
I just got external webcam right now.
right.
I paid like $5 for it. I mean, it's not too bad webcam. If I had better lighting, it's really good. I just in my room. I just have like a 40-watt bulb because I don't like big. Lower the bulbs and lower the bulbs, the cheaper the light bills.
Right. So basically, you're looking at your computer screen so you can see me, right?
Yeah,
Okay, you can see me. Okay. I just didn't know. I haven't figured out my lighting yet. So I just got these lamps for my pictures. Um,
yeah.
and
That's what I said. I mean, I look good too, but you just getting a lot of light on your face and stuff. How the
yeah,
camera kind of focus in. Well, the other
normally,
problem is we wear glasses and we get all this stupid glare of our glasses. That's the problem.
yeah, I know, right?
But
But,
if I don't wear glasses, I'm blind as a bat. I can't see damn shit.
well, man, I was just gonna hop on there for a few minutes and I'll sit there and talk for a while. And I need to. I get up with my wife in the morning at 7 so or 6:30. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
get
sorry.
it.
Well, thank you for coming in, and I hope
Oh
you
yeah, bro.
thank you for
Now that I
sharing your life with me and your
now that I,
story and stuff like that. And
now that I know you're a night owl, we'll have to do this more often because I'm always looking for someone to chit chat with because I don't have any friends or anything really here in Oklahoma.
well,
And then honestly, I mean, I'm a super social person. I love to talk, but
I do too. I mean, I used to be more sociable, and ever since I left like working and stuff, I seem like I get more like a hermit. You know what I mean? Or
yeah,
even going out in public and stuff. Sometimes I just get paranoid. Not
yeah,
paranoid, not real bad, but I just,
anxious.
I'm not open like I used to be. You know?
Yeah, that's how I am because, and I've talked to my therapist about it, and they said it's because, or I mean, I know what it is. It's not that I'm embarrassed because I know I can't help it, but the like I said, the longer I talk, I can hear it, and I've been able to hear it for a while. My speech is real slow, and it starts getting slushy and
I mean,
kind of
truthfully, I don't even recognize it. You know what I mean? You sound
well.
normal to me. You know what I mean? You don't.
Well, I mean, I appreciate it, but I know it's there because I can hear it, and it's harder to talk because I kind of like my. It feels kind of like my tongue is really fat, and
Yeah,
like my
that's my problem. I think
yeah,
I think that's my problem too. My tongue is real fat, and
it feels like my tongue's swollen
yeah.
sometimes.
I mean, I have a little speech impairment too, and I sometimes talk real fast or talk too low. But
See, that's my problem. Before surgery, I always have been a fast talker. Well, now my brain can't keep up. I mean, my mouth can't keep up with my brain, so it just comes out kind of, you know,
I just put my foot in the mouth and don't really know what I'm saying. I mean,
right, all right,
I just blame
but
my disability here. No, I just kidding.
but yeah, man, I've got to do something, because I went from working. I'm starting to talk. I said I was going to get off, but I want to finish what I was saying because I squirrel a lot.
I have plenty of
But
time. I'm like, don't
when I
matter.
when I was working, like I said, I was making between 35 and 4,000 a month. Um, of course, like most people, dumb, you live like right at your means or above your
Yeah,
means. But anyways, the past year and a half that I haven't been able to work, um, I've only been getting FedEx has paid me 60% of my base pay. But what sucks about that, or what I mean, that's something, but I never worked base pay, always have overtime. So 60% of my base pay for the past year and a half, they've only been paying me $2,200 a month. Well, okay, I know that's more than a lot, but when you're used to making 4,000 a month, and then all of a sudden you're cut down to 2,200 a month, that's a big difference, you know. But we've made it work the past year and a half. I mean, for me, just hustling and buying stuff, selling stuff, or just doing anything and everything somehow, and a lot of praying.
Yeah.
We've been able to make all the bills. I don't know how sometimes,
And,
but
and the hardest part is sometimes you try to buy, you want to buy the stuff to resell, but you don't want to, you establish enough to have the money, going in and going out. You have to
right,
put it to your bills, and you say, well,
yeah,
should I buy that and take a risk?
right,
Or,
right. See, I've missed out on some good deals, over the past year because of I didn't have the money. But what finally got me started, or what I wouldn't say what finally got me started, I've always bought and sold, but it was more of a hobby because
yeah.
like I said, I've been driving truck forever, so I never had time and I didn't know how. I'm still learning, but I've never shipped stuff until I started recently. So before, I've been hustling candy on the school bus. That's how, I mean, seriously, that's how I started selling suckers and bubble gum on the bus. And then, I lived in a trailer park in Tennessee when I was growing up. And, I had my stepdad start the push mower for me one time. So then after that, it would be easy to start, you know. And so I would have him start the push mower the first time for me, and then I let it run for a minute, and then cut it off, and then go push the push mower around the trailer park and cut people's yards for $10, and
That's bad.
and that's what I did from like 10 years old up till I was like 14 when we moved. But I've always just kind of hustled, and had
Yeah.
some. I've always liked it,
Me
I've
too.
always liked
That's the way I am. I always like to resell, or even wheel and deal, what I always call it.
yeah, and I like to hunt. But anyways, but before, because of time and all that, always just I'd done it just I'd go sit up at the flea market at home in Tennessee, or I'd, sell stuff on Facebook or Craigslist, but I never done, anything online really because I didn't have to worry about shipping. I didn't have the time. Now that I can't work, I don't have nothing but time. So when I was several months ago, when I was really, really at my lowest point, Candace, which is my wife, she said, why don't you try to sell online? It'll give you something to keep your
Mine occupied.
mind busy and keep your body busy, so you're not sitting here and just being depressed. And so that's what started it. Was her suggestion, and I shit you not, dude. Check this out. My very first, it had me hooked.
Uh-huh.
Of course, now keep in mind I've always bought and sold, I've always bought and sold. I'll sell anything I can make a dollar on. If I can turn a profit, I'll sell it. You know, excuse me. I've got 4 totes in the garage full of Barbies still in the box. You know, I just sold some. I've sold what are they called? Old people diapers. Depends.
Oh
I've
yeah.
I've sold Depends, I mean, I'm not ashamed. I'll
I
sell
know,
anything.
me here. Today, I sent out some bras, and I dropped them on the post office because I had to go out anyway. And I said, and the girl said, I know her and stuff all the time. And she said, "What are you selling today?" I said, "Some bras." She said, "You sell anything?" I said, "Ain't the worst thing I ever sold."
Right? But yeah, but anyways, what was I talking about?
My best flip was me and Dad bought 13 semi truck beds for $100 a piece, reefer trailers for $100 a piece. Yes, my dad being goofy, he thought he may be getting one or two of them. There was a company, it was an off-the-road trailers. They put them on the road, so dad put a silent bid in one of them silent bid auction, and my dad got 13. Well, I think ended up being about 10. but got 10 of them for $100 a piece. And we sold one of them for 1,000, another one for 1,200, another one for 800, and then we junked one out for 500 and some dollars. Then we kept
That's great.
two.
See, that would be a deal because stuff like that, you would like getting it that cheap. You could sell it and make a profit, not even have to touch
Well, we took
anything.
the reefer motor off and sold a reefer motor to a guy, and
Oh,
we
you got the whole trailer. I thought you meant like a trailer load full of merchandise.
oh, we got the semi trailers. Well,
Oh, okay.
10 of
Okay.
them, 40 about 45 foot long of 48 foot long reefer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I know you know a reefer trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
know what you're talking about.
yeah,
So you got the actual trailer. Okay.
yeah. We
But
we,
still
we
for
got
a
rid
hundred
of
bucks.
every one of them except two of them because we kept two of them. And
So you got a semi?
no, we just bought them because Dad just want one for storage, and we end up getting 10 of them at one time. And
How'd you move the two?
oh, we made 10 of them.
Oh, how'd you move them
Oh,
then?
my dad's. We have a friend of ours. He have a semi truck. You know, what I mean,
Okay. Okay.
he charged us $50, 75 for each one. You know, to move them up
Right.
to the farm.
Right. Well, anyways, when she told me that, she said, "Why don't you start trying to, sell again?" But this time, I told her I was like, "Well, I can't go out and do all my yard sales and stuff." At that time, I couldn't because I wasn't driving at all. So she said, "We'll figure it out," and she started taking me around to thrift stores every weekend. Well, that's how we spent, time together. And she don't really like it, but she was doing it for me, and she was acting like it. But anyways, um, and then I got to where I could drive a little bit, so I drive around our little town, and back it just happened to be springtime, so yard sales were starting, and I picked up a Bose surround sound. You know the name Bose, right? I'm
I
sure
got
you
both
do.
radio systems. Yeah.
Yeah. So I picked up a Bose surround sound from my old lady. She, I didn't expect for it to work, but dude, it looked mint. She had the box that came in, all the styrofoam, all the paperwork, and I asked her. I said, did something happen with it? And she was like, "No, me and my husband love it. We've had it since like 2010." She said, "But one of our kids said we needed to upgrade, and they went out and bought us one of these new things, and we don't even like it, but we're using it. So we just need to sell this one to get it out of the way because it was pretty big. I mean, the box and all. Yeah. But, anyways, I paid, check this out. I, I was new and I was stupid and I left without it because I was like, I'll come back tomorrow and I'll get it cheaper. I'll get it cheaper tomorrow. Well, no sooner than I got home, I thought about it. I was like, I bet that somebody's gonna be gone tomorrow. So I got back in the truck, went back over there, and paid her, which I gave her $30 for it. She wanted 35, but I never pay what they want. So I was hoping to get it for 20, 25, but I was scared I'd miss out on it. So, like I said, we I brought it home. Everything, dude, it looked brand new in the box. I poured it out, hooked it up, crossed my fingers. I mean, because she told me everything was good, and I mean, it was a little old lady. I believed her. I mean, she could have hustled me, I guess, but she didn't. I plugged it all up. It all worked. I was like, score. This is my very first sale I ever put online. So, and I didn't know at the time how to research stuff, but I don't remember now if I talked to someone, but I don't think I did. I think I just searched both surround sounds or Bose, whatever it was. And I noticed that they were everything Bose, like a complete system, everything Bose was selling for more money at auction because, multiple people can go against it. So I put it at a 7 day auction. Very first thing I listed, I I within like 3 days, I started it at I wanted let's see, I paid 30 for it. I have a thing where I want to at least triple my money, period, with anything, depending on how cheap it is. I mean, I won't buy stuff now. If it's $1, if I pay $1 for it now, I've got to make at least 10 on it, or I'm not gonna buy it. Like before, I would.
Not like that because if I pay a dollar for it, I at least want at least 10 to 15. Clear.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
it would be worth your time. But
Yeah.
the
But
first
like,
one I ever got on auction was there was a lot of air filters, K&N air filters. Nobody want to bid on them. Okay. Nobody want to bid on them. I look in the box, make sure they're in the box. I make sure they never got used, and put back in the box. It was brand new. Nobody want to bid on them. I got them for $4 for 21 of them. I ended up selling every one of them for like $25 to $35 a piece. I ended up making about $300 off that $4 box.
wow. But of course, everybody when the news starting out, I mean, I did. I used to pick up stuff for a quarter and sell it for $3 or $4, and
Oh,
I'd be like, sweet, I'm quadrupling my money. But the more you do it, you realize it's not worth your time. So
no,
now,
because time you get your fees and stuff is like
yeah, yeah. And see, that's the whole thing with eBay. There's the fees and all that. I didn't have to worry about that before, so I had to start taking that in consideration. Well, anyways, long story short, I started the auction at I think I started at $60, double my money. So I knew at least minimum I would double my money.
mhm.
So in like 3 days, I expected to jump. Well, in 3 days, it hadn't moved. And I was like, oh shit. Well, that fourth day, it jumped to like 120, and there was like three bids on it, and it was at 120. So I was like, sweet. Well, what I didn't know then, but I know now, looking back, the bid wasn't going up, but the number of watchers was going up. So by the time that 6 day roll around, there was 14 people watching it. So in the last 15 minutes of the auction, I was at Walmart, and your phone goes off every time you get a thing. My phone sounded like it was ringing, from the well, I didn't have a chance to look at my phone. I knew it still had like 15 minutes. So I was finishing up at the store with her, and we went to walk out the store, and I had like 4 minutes left. I looked at it, and it had went from 120 to 280.
Oh, wow.
And then it still had 4 minutes, right? Well, we'd walk to the car, we get in the car, I heard the final auction sound where it ended. So I expected it to be 280. I opened eBay. It was 320. So somebody bid on it a couple more times at the last minute. Well, anyways, so paid 30 for it. Sold it for 320. Dude, I was hooked. I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And of course, I haven't. I've only had one other deal like that. It's kind of worked out. I mean, not that much money, but a good return like that.
Well, it sounded like that camera I bought one time. I got it for $6. I start out at maybe $50, and that went up to about almost 200 and some dollars. Excuse me. And then I bought this Pepsi tap. You seen the video that I probably watched one day, my sold video. I got that for $6, and that ended up. I said, I put it up for $40 because I had one lately. A guy had one on their auction about ready in. I said, well, maybe they can't win it. Maybe they come over to mine. And that worked out just right because I got 91 dollars, and I charged $12 shipping, and I made probably 75 to 85 clear on it. Good deal.
Well, that Bose box, like I said, it was still in the box, but I was worried shitless because this was the very first thing I sold. It was $300 plus. I'm in Oklahoma. It
Oh.
was being shipped to New
How
York.
bad was your feedback on your product?
Do I know?
How bad is it? How much feedback you have on your account on eBay?
Right now?
Well, when you sold that,
None. That was my very first
oh,
sale.
that part would worry me. You know what I mean? I hope did it go okay the sale?
Yeah, like that's what I'm getting at. Like it was going from me to New York, and I was like, "Holy shit!" The box weighed in. This was the Bose box. Everything in it weighed 52 pounds.
Oh,
Anyways, so long story short, to keep it from getting damaged, I double boxed it. I went to Lowe's and got the big moving, and stuck the Bose box inside that box with peanuts because going that far and being that high ticket of an item, I didn't want to get a return on my very first thing.
oh, and that
So I spent some money on making sure it got there, right? And
yeah.
I can't remember now. I didn't spend a lot, but I made sure that I overdid it so we get there safe.
Did you
And
charge shipping on that for the
yeah,
customer?
yeah.
I just
And
wanted to make sure.
I'll get to that in a minute. Let's check this out. But so I packaged it up, made it look real nice. 52 pounds, or no, I'm sorry, 49 pounds. What it was just under 50. 49 pounds. I scared shitless. I had it looking real pretty. I taped this shit out of it. There wasn't no way. It was like Fort Knox. Well, when I dropped it off, I took like 10 pictures of it to make sure, if it come back, they say it was damaged, I could say, here's when it was shipped off. I got pictures of it. Everything's perfect, which I learned early on to do that with especially higher ticket items to take pictures when you ship it off of the packaging in case there's ever any problems. But anyways, so I mailed it off. I shipped it off, and then I sweat bullets, dude, for like 3 days. I just had my fingers crossed, hoping it would get there, hoping it wasn't damaged, hoping I didn't get a message wanting a return
I see the pictures. Yeah.
for a $300 item. Well, like 5 days later, I got my first feedback, and it said, I don't remember exactly what it said, but it said, because I shipped it out next business day. I had 3 day handling time because my doctor appointments and
Yeah.
stuff, I can't always ship same day or next day. I like to ship same day if I can. So if I'm just here at the house and I have a shipment come in, I'll I'll run to the library, do my label and stuff, and then go to the post office because I don't have a printer or anything like that. I just now got this laptop at a yard sale for $5. But so I go to the library and do all my eBay stuff, and then the post office is only another mile. But anyway, so 5 days after the sale ended, I got my feedback and it said amazing seller first very first sale because I sent them a message after I shipped it off that sent them pictures of it and said I just letting you know I just dropped off your package. Thank you again for the purchase and all that. And like I said, I got the review back. Great communication, amazing seller, super fast shipping. You know, will definitely buy from again. I was like, sweet. That was my very first sale. I was like, now I was just okay.
Feel good,
Yeah, it felt good. And I was like, okay, now just to cover myself, of course then eBay held your money for 21 days,
Yeah.
because you're new and all that. But even now, if I have a big sale, I'll leave the money in my PayPal until that 30 days is up,
Yeah.
just in case they want, like I was saying, I've only had one other bigger sale, and that was just about a month ago. And what it was I picked up a brand new factory sealed Brother electric typewriter, shown the box, still sealed from like 98. How it was still sealed, I don't know. Perfect condition. Box didn't have a crease in it, a dent, nothing. So this is the most I've ever paid for an item. I even paid more for this than I did the Bose because the Bose I didn't know. I just, it's $30. The Brother typewriter was just about a month ago. I saw it on Facebook one night, the night before on Marketplace advertising for a yard sale. Opened at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. Well, I could see the box on the picture, so I zoomed in and I looked up that model on eBay. There were there were there was only one other one brand new, still sealed. There was a bunch opened like pre-owned, but there was only one brand new, still sealed. And then when I went active, and then when I went to Souls in the past 6 months, there was only two sold brand new, still sealed, and one of them sold for 250, and one sold for 449, $449, and one sold for 250. So I was like, I'm taking a shot on it. I didn't know what she wanted for it. I'm there waiting for the yard sale to open. Well, I mean, I wasn't waiting in the yard, but I was waiting down the road. And I pulled up, saw it, went and kind of, I didn't just show her how excited I was. I was kind of just, good morning, chit chatting and talking about it. And it come up, and that's kind of BS, and like we all do. Told her I had one when I was a kid because I did. I wasn't a lie. And, I didn't just come out and say I'm going to resell it, but who does? You don't say that, because then we would never get good deals. But,
Oh,
anyways, you would think I would have learned, but I actually left without it. But after talking to her about it and everything, I told her I would give her some money to hold on to it, but I would need to talk to my wife before I spent that much. And she was like, no, I don't want your money. I'll just set it back for you. I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'll call you within the next hour or two to let you know if I'm going to be back. And she was like, okay. And so I left, went and got breakfast, met my wife for breakfast at a little cafe we got here in town. Just thought about it some more, searched it some more. She wanted $100 for it, so I could still double my money, you know. But I was like, nah. She wanted
Right.
100. She wanted 100 for it. I wasn't paying 100 for it. I wanted it as cheap as possible. So, and keep in mind there are only two recent solds in 6 months. 250 and four, or I mean, what did I say? 250 and four something.
Yeah, for something, I think she said.
And there was only one other active at the time I was looking, and it was for 350 or three something. Well, anyways, long story short, I went back, kind of BS some more. I'm a good BSer. I take pride in that. But anyways, I went back and I told her I didn't want to really, you know, I knew she was asking, knew what she wanted for it, and told her I just couldn't afford that because I couldn't. I mean, period. Really, I was honestly I borrowed the money to buy it because I knew I could sell it quick and then pay the money back. So, anyways, long story short, I paid $60 for it.
Ain't bad.
Paid all right, check this out. Paid 60 for it. Brought it home. Got busy. Didn't list it that night. That was a Saturday. Didn't list it Saturday. We were gone Sunday. Listed it Monday night at like midnight before I went to bed. I just put it up. I didn't put it auction. I just put it or no, did I? No, I didn't. I didn't put it auction. Because the ones that had sold had just sold outright. They didn't sell at auction. So I I don't remember how much other dudes was, but I undercut him just a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. But I could afford to because it only has $60 in it, and I could charge, 300 and still make quadruple my money. You
Yeah.
know, so I think I remember what his was 359, 349 something. I listed it for 319.99 or 95. I always use 95.
Me too. I don't know why, but I always like the 95 said 99. I don't know why.
Yeah, 319.95. I listed it at it was like 12:15. We slept in, or I slept in that day. I didn't get up until like 9. I got up. I was making my coffee. I hear a ching. I wasn't thinking it was the typewriter because I just listed it. I was thinking it was something else. I opened my phone and I was like, that typewriter sold for 319.95 in 8 hours.
Damn.
That yeah. That's other than the Bose, that's the only other large, or that's my second largest sale. So
Going forward, would you say you would like go into a higher price items or keep it like your bread and butter stuff? What you thinking? How would you looking at it?
honestly, bro, I still do it. I mean, I just when I said that, I just mean like, you
Yeah.
know, when I first started, I was picking everything. Like I said, if I could get it for 50 cents and flip it for $5 or what, $3 or $4, I was like, sweet. Now I'm just more picky, which everybody is after you're doing a little bit.
Yeah.
So now when I'm outsourcing, you know, I've got a little bit more knowledge now what stuff sells for. Not everything, of course, but I'm always
You don't never. And then if you think it does, and then the market tank or whatever,
right, right. So, but if I pay something for a dollar, if I'm willing to pay $1 for something at a yard sale or flea market or wherever, I have to know I'm at least gonna make. I want 15 or 20 or 50, but I won't buy it. I won't spend $1 unless I know I can make at least I say that I won't spend $1 unless I know I can make at least 15. I'll
Yeah.
spend 50 cents if I can make $10, but I won't spend $1 now unless I can make, like 15, 15 to $20.
How are we looking at when people say, "Oh, I have like 25 sales and stuff," but how big a profit? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Right?
But
Yeah.
everybody
That's,
can sell a $2.95 item, or $2.95 item, and with
you
no,
can have you may have 20 items sold, but I mean, if your average selling price is only $10, and I can sell 5 items and make average selling price of $20, then I mean, I don't. Who do you follow on YouTube?
not really. I mean, I fired it mostly, just anybody mostly, and I, like Pittsburgh, and I like the Alabama Pickers. You ever watch that channel?
I don't think I have actually. Alabama Pickers.
Yeah, he's an older, well, not older, but he's around about our age, around about 46 years old or so. He do $6,500. Well, he do pretty good, but he's in more to like buying like vintage stuff and stuff like that. But lately he's been doing car videos, sitting in the car, driving around him and his wife
Right.
and stuff. But I
Yeah.
uh, back in the day, he used to do a morning show. Remember Scott the Beard Picker and them?
Yeah.
Okay, his show came out. Scott's show came from Dusty and Bama Pickers. He
Okay.
Orange show, and that I enjoyed that group. Used to be
All
a
right.
used to be another guy. He don't do videos no more. He used to be called Golden Finger Picker, and
Yeah. I know. I've seen Golden Finger before.
yeah, and stuff like that. And I mean, they're pretty decent acting
Yeah.
people. I
I
follow Lonnie, I watch Lonnie, and
right.
stuff like that. But I kind of just do it on my own. You know what I mean? I do
Right.
it, but I just get tips here and there. Like
Yeah. That's all I do. I usually, like everybody else, I like to have something playing in the background when I'm working.
you know,
So I like, I'm just listening constantly for tips and stuff. But um, I follow a few, but I really like. I seem to get the most knowledge or not knowledge, information, tips, bolos, stuff from a few different ones. One, I mean, I like Lonnie's channel a lot. He's one of the first ones when I really started getting into it. I found him, and he had like less than 1,000 subs.
see, I was that time too when they used to
Yeah,
do with the yard sale killers and stuff like not killer
right.
but reseller
But
killers and stuff like that.
but the main ones I like, um, I just don't ever get a lot of like good. I mean, I don't say good, but I just don't ever learn a lot from Lonnie's videos. But
Yeah.
I like I like John Cincinnati Picker. I like his videos for bolos. I like Justin with RVA flips. He's just kind of blunt. I like him. I like his attitude. He's just like, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Justin. I don't know if you watch either
Yeah,
one of
I've subscribed to him. I watch him and stuff. I mean,
them.
I really didn't ever get to talk to him. I never like personally talk to him. I always like to. How about
Right.
okay?
Ju- but John Cincinnati Picker, RVA flips. Um, uh, I get brain farts.
Yeah,
Of course, Anthony. Anthony was, I was sub to Anthony. I was within his first 20 subscribers.
I was close to it.
So I'm known that Anthony was the very first one that I've ever actually reached out to and talked to face. He's really he's been one of the big ones to help me and still helps me a lot. Anthony's a really good dude. He'll give you a shirt off his back.
And Nate, his friend who lived close to him, he seemed like a good guy too. I like Nate.
Yeah. Um, I between you and me, obviously this is just our video.
No,
Um,
it's gonna be live, but half the time nobody gonna watch it that many hours anyway.
mm, um, I like Tommy. I like Nate. I don't follow them as much.
Well, Tommy don't put out many videos.
Yeah, but I uh, I don't follow them as much. But I follow Anthony. I follow uh, John Cincinnati Bigger. I follow um, Justin. I follow who else do I follow? Shit, bro, I can't remember. I'm
I,
tired.
I mean,
I follow.
I like
I don't.
I like to
I
share
don't.
with people that when they first started because that way you know what they're going for. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Right. I don't follow very many. I mean, I'm subscribed to a lot,
Yeah.
but I don't follow a lot. Seriously.
Think you gonna
Um,
do any videos in the future?
do I know?
You think you're gonna do any videos in the future?
I don't know how to do a video.
You just pop your phone on and just videotape what you want to do. What you
I
do?
mean, I did one. I did. I don't even know how to get to my channel. Like, I evidently have one video from like before I had weight loss surgery.
I watched that. Did that do any good? I mean, you know what I mean. Did you have any health issues after that?
No, no. I've gained some weight back now. Not nearly as much. I mean, I weighed 430,
Wow.
and then I got down to 210. So I lost 210 pounds over 2 years. But but when I was that big, dude, I was taking 9 pills a day for different things, different medicines, and I was only 20 something. I was taking all kinds of shit. Well, um, I don't have I don't have any health any I don't take any medicines anymore. Um, but I was at my lowest weight before I had the brain surgery. Well, with the brain surgery, I had um, I had to be on steroids for. I was in the hospital for a month, right? Well, that whole time I was in the hospital, they had me. I had IV, of course, the whole time. They had to change it out, which sucked. But anyways, um, they had steroids constantly going. And dude, I don't know if you ever had steroids. I never have until surgery.
I never had none ever.
I never
I don't know, but I don't think I ever had any.
had, and um, one thing is they make you hellaciously hungry. They make you feel like I felt like I couldn't get enough food.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Because if you yeah, steroids make you gain weight. Because my sister she had cancer, throat cancer and stuff. She took treatments and they put her on her steroids and she gained a lot of weight. Just said it. You know what I mean? She put on more weight.
right? But I would, and then of course, the hospital cafeteria has shit food. They don't have good food anyway. So I was eating the food they were bringing me. And then when Candace was come to the hospital, I would have her bring me something. So, anyways, needless to say, after being in the hospital for a month and being on steroids, I gained some weight. I gained some weight. Well, then when I come home from the hospital, they gave me steroids in pill form. I had to take for another month at home. So I was on steroids for 2 months straight. Dude, I was, I went from 210 to like 250 in 2 months. So I couldn't help it. Like I just felt like I couldn't, and it wasn't like I was just stuffing. I would eat, I was just constantly hungry. It wasn't like I was eating a lot at once. I was just eating something, do something, and then eat something, and then do something, and then eat something, you know. But steroids, dude, they're no joke. I don't want them ever
Oh,
again.
how
No,
how tall a person are you, bud?
6'1".
Well, that 250 pounds is not bad. You know what I mean? Weight for a person 6'1".
But when I was down at 210, I looked a lot thinner. Now I look like I mean, you can tell it now that I've gained it back. But I mean, it's whatever. As long, I just don't. I just want to make sure I don't get back to or get close to 300 because I won't. Yeah,
And when I tell my dad, he ran about 300 and stuff. I said, well, Dad, because you don't get no exercise and stuff, you won't walk as much as he used to. I say when he used to be in construction, because my dad was a heavy equipment operator and stuff like that all his life, and he just didn't, he wanted, that, and ever since they told him he can't, when he retired about 4 or 5 years ago, they told him he can't do the work like he used to, and I think that kind of gave him into depression.
right. And I mean, that's what kind of sucks when like I. That's one thing I'm kind of worried about that. Like I can't get up and just do like I want to. So I'm worried that because I'm not up and doing it every day and all of that, that's going to come to bite me.
Yep.
So, you
So
know,
you got the gas foot surgery or you got the lap band?
do I now?
What kind of surgery you had that time to lose your weight?
I had they don't really, they're trying to phase out the light band
Yeah.
because it's caused a lot of problems over
Yep.
the years. And evidently, there's a problem with it slipping on people's stomach. And it actually happened to my wife's friend. It slipped and tore her stomach open, and she had like stomach acid or whatever leak out in her body.
It happened to a person I knew too. Something
So,
like
anyways, they're trying to phase out the lap band. The two main ones are the gastric bypass, which is like what most people hear about. And then there's a newer one. I mean, it's not super new. It's been around for like 10 years, but it's not been around as long as the bypass. And it's referred to in a couple of different names, but the short name is the gastric sleeve.
yeah, I
And,
heard that one before.
and basically, what they go in and take out
Hurt your stomach.
between but depending on the person, they take out between 60 and 80% of your stomach out of your body. Like there's no reversing it. I mean, you can stretch your new stomach over time, but there's no way it can stretch back to what it was. If they take 80% out, there's no way it can stretch it back that much. But they do say that you can gain back half of your weight you lost. So potentially I lost 220. I could gain back, 100 plus pounds. I don't want to do that.
So I did lose. I said I never was a real big person, but I lost 2 pant sizes. I went from from a 40 to a 38.
Right.
I mean, I probably could go a little bit smaller, but I don't like real tight fitting clothes. But
I went from my highest pant size was 52.
you see, my dad was a 52 one time. I think
I'm
now he's around a 50 or 48. Corn had the pants made.
right. Yeah. I was in a 52 in a 6X shirt, and right now, well, I'm back up to a 2X. I was in an XL, and I even at one time got down to a large, and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
But then, you know, I'm back up to. I mean, some XLs fit, but most time it's a 2XL.
yeah.
Right now, anyways. But I'm still in a 38 pants, so I went from a 52 down to a I did get down to a 36, but since I gained some back, I'm up to a 38.
Don't you hate that one morning you just wake up and say, "Damn, I can't get in my pants."
Right? So,
I
well,
just
man,
I just don't want to buy new clothes.
I'm cheap. I like to. I'll spend money on stuff to sell, but I don't want to buy clothes. So, but it's 2:10 here. I don't know
Oh,
what
it's
time
4 o'clock in the morning here.
it's. What?
3 in the morning.
That's right. You're yeah. So,
Central.
um,
Yeah,
I got to get up with her at 6:30.
yeah.
So.
Thank you for making this a great show here. What I mean,
Yeah, buddy, I appreciate you throwing it up. Like I just saw the link in the entrepreneurs group and figured I'll hop on for a minute just to say hi. But here I am 2 hours later.
but
So
that's the problem. I try to find people I can connect to. That's the hardest part. You know what I mean?
right, right. So and um, but yeah, we'll have to do it again or do it more often now that I know someone's on here because I didn't think. I just got the laptop recently, and so I'm normally not on here on my phone, but I figure most people are in the bed.
Well, I mean, I can be and stuff. I like watching TV, at night, and sometimes when my dad go to bed, I kind of maybe straighten up the house or something like that. Hard to do something like that when somebody around. How that go.
Right?
But most of the time, I just can't sleep. That's the main. When I lay down, half the time my brain just work like 1,000 times a minute, thinking
All
about
right.
this, thinking about that.
I'm scrolling again. I know I said I was getting off, which I am, but these are sitting right next to me. I'm going to ask you:
Okay,
Have
go
you
ahead, bud.
have you sold any Apple iPods?
No, no, I never did. I like salsa, anything really, but I never got any. I never got a deal on what kind of iPod is it?
I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about Apple, but I picked them up because I heard someone say or something that they always resell, even if it's just for parts.
Is that
I picked
the Generation One? I think they call it, or something like that.
up. I don't even know, bro. I picked up this one.
Uh huh. I see.
I picked up this one, and see, all it says is iPod 4 gig. So I'm sure it's one of the first ones. Then I picked up,
There's still the value out here.
yeah. Then I picked up this one. I didn't pay $5 for that.
I know you wouldn't, because I'm a cheap ass too.
Yeah, definitely not.
What do you pay? $1.50, $3?
And, and then I got this one. This one's 8 gig as well. I got all three of them plus uh what I get. Shit, I got three of them. I got four. Build-A-Bear plush. Got 4 Build-A-Bear plush, 3 iPods. Um, shit, I got something else. Anyways, if you would have added all his prices up, what helped me was his wife wasn't there. She left to get breakfast, and he was just kind of watching over the sale.
Yep.
So I took total advantage of that, and you know, oh, I got two. That's what it was with the iPods. I don't know if they go to them, but they were just Apple earphones. I mean, they were corded, but there was 2 brand new pair still in the pack of earbuds and the 3 iPods, four maybe 5. I can't remember now. Build-A-Bear plush and something else. And if you would add it all up, like I said, it was $25, 25, $27, I think, for everything. Because she had some ungodly price on the stuffed animals. It was like $3 a piece. But anyways, I got 3 iPods, earphones, 2 earbuds, the plush, and something else. I paid $10 for all of it.
Damn. Heck, the time you put that down, all the what you divide it into, you probably only have about 50 cents a quarter on each item.
I don't even know. I haven't figured it up. So
Yeah. But I think you could get a good amount of them iPods. Did they turn on, or can you test them?
no, that's the thing. I mean, I could, I guess. He said they should work, but he couldn't tell me. He couldn't tell me where the chargers were. So I would have to. It's got the old style chargers.
Yeah, and the problem is you never know to delete all the songs and stuff off them. That's the problem.
Well, that ain't really a problem. I don't think.
Oh, I mean, you don't know. I mean, but if you put the value, maybe the value go up more if you let some songs on there. You know.
Oh, I don't. I'm just gonna sell them for parts because.
Okay, that how I always do. If I don't sure about stuff, I just put parts only, no returns, as is, and let it go.
Well, I mean, if I come across a charger, I'll try it. But I don't know anybody that uses Apple. Especially, I don't know anybody that would have the old Apple charger.
Yeah.
And I don't want
them?
do what?
Did you comp them? See how much they're worth?
No, because I don't even know. That's what I was asking you if you knew about them. I don't even know what
Just put the model number and put the model number in on your eBay search and just see what they're going for. That way I would do it.
I mean, all it says iPod 8 gig, iPod 4 gig, and iPod 8 gig.
You gonna lot them all together in one lot, or you just gonna sell them individually?
Probably lot them all together, unless
I would.
Unless I figure out how to search them or find a charger. If I figure out how to search them and I see they go for $10 a piece,
yeah,
for parts, which I doubt it. I don't know. I've never tried to sell Apple, but I think this one's called a Nano. I'm not sure though because it's like a skinnier version. I don't know, but yeah, I mean,
I'm not into. Well, I mean, I'm not hip on electronics. You know what I mean? Like the newer stuff. I'm not really hip on that kind of stuff.
I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to antiques or vintage stuff because I don't know much. I mean, I may pick something up that looks vintage, but yeah, it could be like not very old. I don't know.
So what you basically like to sell then?
Well, right now in front of me, I have. Well, right now I don't have anything in front of me that I'm listing on eBay. What I've been doing all week, and I was going to ask you too, and I've got to finish doing it all this week. Do you follow Derek, NASCAR man?
Yeah, I kind of watch it once in a while.
Okay.
I subscribe to his channel, but yeah.
Well, you need to watch him Monday because I'm on his auction.
Oh, okay.
and I have 20 right now. That's what I've been doing all week, and I still have more to do. Right now, I have 21 lots to auction off.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a lot,
That'd be cool. You know.
but I need to free up some cash and get rid of some inventory. So I'm just starting up.
Well, I'll tell you, I think you might be best maybe put them iPods with the auction you had that night. Because there's a lot of resellers maybe do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think nobody bid on just three of them. Maybe. I mean,
I
maybe.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna search them out a little bit more and see if I
Yeah,
can.
I'm not real sure. You know what I mean? I ain't
Right.
telling you. But with the parts only, I'm not real sure what the value is on them. Okay, but
Right.
Apple products does sell good. I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's what I heard. Anything with the Apple name. So
Yeah, I'm not real sure. I mean, because I don't, I never deal with something like that. I never came across. Just said that I never came across none like that. You know, because most of the auction I go to is more like a country auction. You know what I'm talking about? And
yeah, I had one I went to back home in Tennessee. Um, uh, it was just in a little small town. You know, it was a little country town, but the big thing for the week was, Friday night or Saturday night. It was Saturday night.
it's Friday night from ours. Well, they have Friday and Saturday, but me and Dad got the Friday night one.
Yeah, this one was Saturday night auction, and it was called the Woodbury Auction House,
Yeah.
and and since I found out, the couple that owned it and ran it, they weren't even that old. He may have been in his 50s, and I think she was a little younger than him. And they had a severely autistic son, that helped out in the auction, and they had two other kids. But anyways, evidently, Mike, which is the guy, he like just I don't know how to say. I mean, he just dropped dead. Like his
Mm.
heart had something in his heart. He just dropped dead.
Well, almost the youngest person at the auction. Well, I'm not the youngest, but you know what I mean.
Right. What's the name of your store? I don't know if I found it.
I sent it to you. S&S Bargain Barn.
Did I find it then? Maybe I did.
Did I did I add you on Facebook? I'm not sure. I
No,
did. Well,
no.
send me a friend request, and I'll put it in the my link to my store. I put the link in that video you asked for that one time, and but yeah, I mean that way you can maybe send your store or whatever into your in my message and stuff. You know what I'm saying. You know why I'm out there all the time.
Steven Scroggins, Dry Ridge, Kentucky.
Yep, it should be a picture of me and my mom on there.
Yeah, I just sent it.
Okay, I quest you. I seen the message right now, but I friend you and I send it to the I send you the link to the store. Just send yours too. Maybe see what I'll follow you too and see what we go on. Well, how many sales you usually have a day or a week?
Oh shit, bro. I don't know. Like today, I I have a lot of goose eggs because I
Me
mean,
too. Me
yeah,
too. 'Cause I'm really I need to list more and stuff, but I don't have the inventory and basically the space to put it. You know what I mean?
my problem is I had an inventory. I just don't want to list.
Well, I don't have it on the list because when I came home from the auction the next day, or the next day, or even that night, I used to jump in there and start listing. That's why I up so late because I come home from like the auction that maybe be like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and me and Dad stopped by Denny's after the auction, and
right.
I stop in and I said, heck, now I get home and start looking it all up. Me and Dad just thing for fun, is it worth anything or not? And maybe if I felt gumption to it, I start taking pictures and stuff and upload it and put down and upload on my computer here and sell it. I mean, I try to keep up with that. If I can't get it listed that week, I ain't going to the auction next weekend.
I wish I was that disciplined, dude. Because I have my thing is now I'll probably get more auction or more listed because now here yard sales are finally done. Because
Yeah, it's winter time. See, in the summertime, I like doing things in the summertime. Being truthful, I like going outside and working outside in the yard and stuff. But I really never done too much this summer. But I like doing that kind of
I
stuff.
mean I'm going to yard sales every weekend. Yard sales, estate sales, auction. Oh well, I don't really have an auction place
Did
here.
you ever try? You ever look up online auctions?
Yeah, yeah, I bought a few.
You ever bought through? You ever bought online?
Yeah, I bought through Bid 13 is one auction site.
I got a little auction, online auction around here. It's like Amazon and Walmart returns and stuff. They
Yeah,
start their auction out at 5 cents,
it's crazy.
and I got something for 5 cents, and that was great. I got this laptop stand here for less than $12, and
Sweet.
and uh and I bought this. I sold this air filter here, and nobody wanted to bid on it. Not air filter, but what pool filter. Nobody wanted to bid on it. It was I got it for $1 because nobody wanted to bid on it. And I turned around and sold other day for $50. I took the best offer of $50 with $25 shipping, and I ship it for 15. Yeah.
You just remind me of something. How did you find the Canyon air filters that nobody else bid on? That's crazy.
Because that at that local auction, okay, the older people, okay, they're into glassware, dishes, pots and pans and stuff.
Oh, okay. It was at your auction. It was at the auction's
Yeah,
house.
yep. You know what I'm trying to say? They don't look at no value of that. Most of the time, they go over there and bullshit with people, friends and bullshit and
Right?
eat food and
Yeah, it's just a big,
get
uh, big,
get
whatever reason to get together and talk and hang out.
yeah. See, and but that is a good thing because I
Yeah,
can
that's good. No.
and find some good deals. Sometimes people say, "Oh, they know like here, like you couldn't get a frying pan over there because everybody and the brother like a frying pan." You know what I mean?
What's their minimum bid?
Just start everything at $1. But well, what I mean. No, I mean ain't no minimum bid. You know what I mean?
Okay, well our auction house that we had back home, the starting bid on everything, no matter what it was $2. I
Well,
mean, and
the
if
lowest one I take $2. According to how generous I feel, uh, I help the auctioneer out once in a while. He's had a little bit of handicap. He's just doing it for getting out of the house and stuff because he's keep up his auctioneer license and stuff. He's on dialysis right now, and then I help him once in a while. He buys things and at the auction himself, and I help him load up his stuff and stuff like that for him.
it was I mean, it was $2 for minimum bid, but like, you may get somebody may have some little, I don't know, packs of napkins or something.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody gonna bid $2 on a pack of napkins, so they would just start off the bid with 10 packs of them for $2 or whatever.
I
But
could get a whole table for a junk one time. Well, it's some good stuff, and I didn't want to deal with it. I could got it for $5, the whole table.
yeah, me and my uncle did that back home. That was the thing. It's called like whatever didn't sell, they saved to the end and just start bundling it together on tables. and just auction off the whole table. And that's how I've scored stuff before. I mean, not here, but back home.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say, you almost need to find a place like that around where you at now.
Yeah, I know, right? I wish. I did find one, but dude's a dickhead,
Yeah.
and
Well,
he knows I resell because he saw me and my brother-in-law at a state sale, and he saw us scanning stuff or looking up stuff or something. I don't know, but because I went to his auction one time a while back, and he was like, "Yeah, you resell blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Yeah, how'd you know that?"
I have one of the girls work there. She always come up to, what you sell this week? What you sell this week on eBay? You know, yeah, I don't care. I ain't shy with it. I tell them I sell on it. I
No,
resell.
I mean, yeah, I'm not. I don't care that he knows, but because he knows that I resell,
They try to put it to you. Yeah, you know
he
what I mean.
tries to put it to me, and
Yeah, yeah.
like,
That way, one time he got mad at me. One time, I said, "No, I ain't paying that much for it." Or you can go, oh, you're going to just sell anyway, you know, something. I said, I ain't doing it.
but uh, shit, I lost my train of thought again.
Oh, well.
So you don't have a minimum bid. Oh, what I was your auction house. Um, where did they get their merchandise?
Oh, they people bring in. I think about buying stuff and bringing it over there too. Once in a while, that not worth eBay prices, or I don't want to sell at
Yeah.
sell online because it's too big a ship or something. I think about taking it over there and
What do they charge your fee? Do you know
twenty
for auction?
25%.
See, this guy that I just told you about, he told me, or I don't know how we got talking about it. And anyways, his fee he charges 35%, whether it sells or not.
See, that ain't right. No, he don't
No,
charge. He don't charge the guy until it's sell. But only thing I'm afraid send it go over there and start selling a little bit over there. He's kind of shady, not shady, but I hear from the different vendors and stuff. You have a hard time getting your money from him. You know what I'm trying to say?
right? Well, see, the one back home, um, the guy that dropped dead, him and his wife, they bought truckloads. So they would have new merchandise, return merchandise every week. The way their auction went was they had their stuff, and they would bring every weekend. They would have a different vendor come in, so they would bounce back and forth between their
Then
stuff and his stuff.
yep, the
And
house over there.
yeah, yeah. So, and I liked it because you could get a variety of stuff. Because
Yep,
with them getting the truckloads they bought, there was new stuff. Just that maybe damaged packaging. And then normally the old man that came a lot. I mean, they had a few that did it, but one man mainly a lot. He he had a lot of the used stuff, and I got good deals from both of them. Um, but the guy here that's a dickhead, he him and his wife own it, and all he does is estate sales. He go like
buyout
yeah,
state.
not just a buyouts. They'll contact him to sell everything for
Yeah,
him.
that's how he work over there too. That contact he reach out to people that maybe going to a nursing home or
Right,
stuff like that, or pass away and stuff
right,
like that. But it's a pretty good little auction. I mean, sometimes I don't go every weekend because he's slow at selling stuff. He like to keep it for people to come in every weekend or stuff. And sometimes you don't get to it. He bullshit more than he trying to sell half the time. You know what I mean?
right.
But he just doing it for, well, he live in the place he auction at. He have a back room where his auction house at. He live in the back room and stuff. And He don't care. He probably just want to make enough money to pay his rent.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna have to come. You ought to come to the auction though Monday night because I'm gonna have all kinds of
What
stuff.
time is his auction? 8 o'clock at night or something like
Oh
that.
shit. You had to ask.
I could see he will schedule it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to say it's 6 or 7 my time. So,
Yeah, I know what. I'll keep an eye on it, see what time
yeah.
it is. You know,
But we're gonna do a preview video Sunday, kind of trying to show everybody a little bit, kind of a sneak peek of what I'm gonna have. So we're gonna do a live Sunday,
I wouldn't
and
mind having a lot online auction, but I don't want to do it like the YouTube. I want to do it like they have on the, you know what I mean? That like the software to, you know, after you bid it, you come and local pickup or something. Or I like have a live auction. I always interested in that kind of stuff.
uh,
Yeah.
I thought about trying to do like
Like, yeah, John the Cincinnati Picker, how he had that one time he had it.
I haven't seen that. I've thought like trying to figure out how to do it and do one like start a Facebook group and just do it like once a week on there or
Yeah,
something.
that's what I was saying. Something like
Yeah,
that. Or John's a Cincinnati Picker, okay? I know you follow him. Okay.
yeah.
A couple years back or 2 years back, he used to have an online auction himself. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, okay, I've seen something about that. Yeah, I forgot. I've heard him talking about it.
yeah, and that's something I would have been interested in, something like that kind of selling too. You know,
Well,
but
dude, we just hit 2 hours. I
I
got to
know,
take my ass to
I
bed.
don't know, but when you get like good people to talk to, you just
I gotta take my ass to bed. I ain't gonna
I
get up.
need to get my ass to bed
And
too.
I gotta beat you in the meet in the
I really don't care. I just doing it for a hell of it. You
yeah, I
know
know
what I
me
mean?
too. I told I told Tommy and Anthony, I said, I don't even like brownies. I
Me,
was like,
I, don't, I didn't. I think if either me and you win, I tell them just keep the prize because I don't care.
yeah, I just like to be the first one in there.
I just doing it for a hell of it.
So,
I
but
was just making funny as if you ain't first, you ain't your last. I just being
right,
goofy about it. Ain't no harm, ain't no being fun about it.
man, it was good hanging out. And
Well, thanks,
what
thanks for hanging out. Make my first actually show I trying to do or whatever, hang out, whatever you want to call it. Make it somewhat interesting. I try to open one up one day. I finally did turn it off. I'm going, nobody coming in. I posted here. I said, I guess I had it too damn late. I can't hold
how
it. I like
how
the night show.
how long did you start it before I came in?
For 5 minutes.
Oh, okay,
So you was there all the time.
right,
But you thank you, brother. I just trying to, have something, going on and keep my mind
right.
occupied and nothing on TV tonight. So well, I better,
Right.
better
Well,
let
I
you
will.
go, bud.
We'll see you in the morning or talk to you in the morning, man. Have
Yeah,
a good night.
yeah, thank you, bud.
All
Uh,
right, see you.
I will send you the link in my in your Facebook and maybe you send your link to your channel. I try and find your store name or what. You have a store, or you just doing 50 free listings right now?
Oh wait, hold on. Hold on, let me do something real quick. The easiest way I've found to find anybody's store is just Google. What is it? S and S?
I got it here. I'm gonna send you the link right now, bud.
Oh,
I
okay.
just friend request you, okay?
I got you. Well, mine just Google. Just Google stop, shop, and roll.
Or stop,
eBay.
stop a roll. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
did that too. I found people. I actually found people watching their self videos. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I should just be able to do it here. I just don't know how to.
Copy and paste. That way I always do it.
Okay, but what am I copy and paste? Hold on.
Your code at the very top of your search bar.
All it says is eBay.
That has a bunch of numbers. Here, let me. Are you are you online now on Facebook?
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
let me see here. Shit. Where is it?
If I were retarded, I should know how to do this, but
Say something on your Facebook real fast, and before I can find you real fast on that. I friend you. Let me get on your my friend page. I'm not a big Facebook people. I don't even post nothing on it. There we go. Okay, here we go. There we go. That'd be faster. Me, let me make sure I never log out here. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, damn it. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. I send it right now, but
all right, hold on just 1 second.
okay, here we go. Here we go. I got it. See it? Should be there in a second for you. I just now sent it.
Yeah, okay, I got it. No, I'm just pulling mine up though.
You selling Macari any?
Yeah, I just started actually
Me too.
cross posting
Me too.
cross
I sold two
cross.
items so far. I really didn't put much attention to it yet. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
just put my stuff moving slow on eBay over there and see if I get any more sales from it. You know,
I've got like 10. I've got like 10 listings, and mainly it's closed because all the eBay wants you to fix all your listings. So
yeah.
I just been moving.
You know what I did? If I had that, cause there's some of my head, but I don't sell as many clothes. What I put is if I can't put anything in the field, I put N/A, and they took it because I just didn't want to fill all of it out because some of them don't. You know what I mean?
Hey, see if that takes you to my store.
Okay, well, let me get back on Facebook here. Okay, no, it took you to no, it. I don't know. It's some kind of oh, what do you send me? Is it Macari or okay, eBay? There it is. Yeah, no, it just give me it's not your link, but mm, yeah, it wasn't your link.
What does it take you to?
It took you to the main page. It did of eBay. What mine took you to? Mine took me right to your store, didn't it? My eBay.
Yeah, yeah, your link sent me right to your store, but I'm
Yeah,
trying to.
I'll tell you what. Okay, okay. You know how you go to? Let me see. Get on my face. Okay, go to. Oh shit. Let me see here. Let me go on the main page here. I using the old version. Okay. You know where your little door is on your seller on your where your feedback is. You see the little door, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Click on your door.
This is ridiculous. Hold on. What the hell?
But you might have the new version. I had the older version of eBay. I like the old school looking of it. I don't even get the Sour Hub. But yeah, click on your door or your store, and that's take you right to your store. That's how I did it.
Hold on a minute. No. Um,
Or send me a message on eBay. I just refuse it. I deny you. Send me an offer on something I deny it.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll send it to you tomorrow. I'm going to bed, bro.
Yeah, you have a good one, bud. I didn't want to
All
keep
right.
you up that late. Thanks. Talk to you
See
later.
ya.
Bye bye.
See ya.